pancake and power slam. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the pancake and power slam. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the pancake and power slam show. Turn it up.
Ooh, that even hurt my head. All right, y'all, let's dive right into this, man. Thank you all for joining. Already, before I even came on, 106 people. So thank you so much, y'all. Wonderful, wonderful support. Wonderful, wonderful. All right, so let's dive right into this. I'm not going to be long before you. I'm not going to be long before you. I'm not going to be long before you, church. So let's dive into these questions here. What's up, y'all? Am I full of a cold? Yep. So start off with a sore throat, and a few days ago, this weekend, and I thought it was fine. It was just a sore throat. It's usually the same type of pattern. Sore throat is where it starts off at, and yeah, so my body's fine, and then my body gets better. My body's fine, and then my throat gets better, and my body gets weak. That's usually stage 2. And then stage 3 is headache, weak body, hoarse. And then stage 4 is body gets better, still congested, still having headache. And then, like, unfortunately, I'm at the final stage. Well, fortunately, because it's the final stage, but the final stage is like migraine out the wazoo. And so, yeah. So from here to about here, it feels like someone is just stabbing me in my eye, like boing, boing. So let's get through these questions for you all, and we got this. All right. All right. Any rumors of who's winning the Rumble? Is it Cena? Is he going to win the title at Mania? See, that's the thing, man. I don't do rumors. I do scoops. I do scoops. And so hashtag Ask Doc is the way to go. Yeah, I mean, I don't I can give you a guess I can, non-source, non-scoop base who I think is going to win, but I don't know. I mean, I've been saying Jey Uso for a while from last year. That's seeming less and less likely now. So, but as far as who's going to win, definitely not a scoop. I haven't received any intel of who's going to win. I haven't received it this early. Perhaps lately, or perhaps a little later, but definitely haven't received any of that now. Is The Rock planning to be on the Netflix Raw debut episode? I think that's been I think that's been pretty. I think that's been already reported by another source. I haven't received any info on The Rock coming, but I think someone else reported that. So that is based on other scoops. James, I want to ask why do you about the people who think HBK and HBH are coming out of retirement. What do I think about? I think one more match recently. Pro wrestling culture is surrounded by it's it's oftentimes living a fantasy. It's fantasy world in many ways. So I broke this down in many ways as far as heroes and villains and the type of Jungian mindset. um, so yeah, so it's all like you can't think of it this way. Think of it this way, James. My superhero cannot die. I mean, I think that's the best way to think about it, right? So pro wrestlers are just larger than life figures to the pro wrestling community, right? So if from the real life standpoint of Triple H, hey, everybody go back to the interview that he had about 2.5 years ago with Stephen A. Smith, a little bit more than 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years ago at this point. Go back to that interview that he had with Stephen A. Smith. Like he retired. He explained that he was close to death. So, but pro wrestling culture is really wrapped around, is there a chance, because that's how the pro wrestling culture thinks, right? So that's the way to go. And so it's hard for the pro wrestling culture to understand that reality base that a human being almost died. So Paul Levesque, the human, has to focus on Paul Levesque the human, because Triple H the character is, Triple H the character never dies, right? Paul Levesque the human does have an expiration date. So Paul Levesque the human is thinking, listen, I want Paul Levesque the human to live longer. I know that Triple H the character never dies. So I can tap into Triple H anytime I want. I can't go in and out of Paul Levesque. But the problem is the fans, they think in their head, Paul Levesque is Triple H, right? They are one and the same, but in real life, that is not the truth. And so I reported something. I think it was on Sunday evening. That I was told from within WWE that it was specifically to elevate Kevin Owens as a heel. That's the reason why. I really wanted to get to the point of having them understand, having the people understand, having the people who follow my content understand that this is the reason why. Now, Twitterverse being Twitterverse, that turned into, oh, but there's a chance, or, this is this is obvious, or this is Captain Obvious. So many people they get so caught up in emotionalism that they miss reports. They just they miss it. They completely miss it. And so the report was, this is why Triple H was involved, was to elevate Kevin Owens. And but because people in the pro wrestling culture, it's very cosplayish, it's very that type of environment that Triple H will never die, right? So therefore people get stuck into the Twitter culture. I mean, people get stuck in the Twitter culture that they don't get into reality. I mean, you can tell. I mean, like, I agree. I understand psychology and how to interact with people who have narcissistic behavior, or who are like desperately attention seeking. I give it a little bit of exposure sometimes, because I do it for the sole purpose of having other people see it. But there's so many people who Twitterverse is just weird, y'all. I mean, they weird. my peeps, the people who follow me, we rocking and rolling. I appreciate everybody who rocking with me. First of all, we're almost at 300 in less than 13 minutes in. So be sure to share. I'm not gonna be here long though. We're at 298 right now. So I think last week we got to 326. That was the peak. So 300, 301. I would do the air horn, but my migraine wouldn't help my migraine. So let's see if we can just every week, let's just continue to beat the following week. So last week we peaked at 326. We're less than 15 minutes in. I was nearly an hour in and we got to 326. I'm less than 15 minutes in, and right now I'm at 309. So be sure to share. Let's continue to every week. Let's work on getting better than the last week. I appreciate y'all. We at 310 right now, so we're 17 away from breaking that last week's record. So keep up. Be sure to share and all that jazz. So we only need 17 more to join us. Actually, now we're at 315. Now we're at 319. So looks like we're going to break it for next week. Break last week's record this week. So y'all are awesome. 324, 325, 326. Let's go. Oh, the suspense. I love it. That's hilarious. Oh, there we go. 328. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. 334. So I appreciate y'all, man. So I'm gonna log what we peaked at this week, and then every week we'll just continue to share and continue to peak and do that. Right now we're at 343. So y'all are awesome. All right. So basically what I was saying was the coming out retirement. Yeah, I mean, so I hope you understood that, James, as far as just the cultures, they make the character and the person one and the same a lot, and it skews their reality. And I talked about that. I mean, you're a weekly supporter. I talked about that in previous episodes. So be sure, if you haven't checked out a previous episode, be sure to check that. As far as just like I talked about that dynamic and people having a fictional mindset when it comes to pro wrestling. All right, so let's get through the rest of them here as much as we possibly can, y'all. So let's get about good 15 minutes left, if I can. 14 minutes maybe. We're at 368 right now, by the way. Almost peaking at 400, 370. So y'all are awesome. All right, so let's see here. Let's see here. How are you feeling? Oh, thank you, Josh. I feel like someone is stabbing me in the eye right now. That's what I feel like. I feel like someone is stabbing me, just turning it, and it's like, yeah. So I get 1 to 2 bad migraines a year, and as soon as I get past this migraine stage, I'll be okay. So I just need to get through it. That's all. Just need to let the migraine subside, get through it, and so I'm gonna make things a little shorter today. I actually had a full class ready for you all. I had had it all ready to rock, and it was gonna be fun. I was gonna talk about the sibling rivalry of the Ulafala and the psychology of that, and it's gonna be fun, just like my other classes. But I appreciate y'all rocking with me to change some plans because of my migraine. And so right now, to prove how much y'all rock with me, we're at 389 right now. So we're almost at 400. Any wrestling rumors going on right now? Again, I don't do rumors. I do scoops. And so there you go. Any wrestling scoops to update us on. So yeah, I think the what I reported today was I put a Bible verse I put a Bible verse. If people giving me negative flack of putting a Bible verse on my Twitter page when I'm scooping people, uh, when I'm putting scoops, I think that is absolutely wild. Don't follow my page. Don't quote on it because guess what? In my description, the first thing that I put is Christian because that's what I am. I am a man of God. So, and the first of all, we're at 401 live people right now. I really want to do an air horn for y'all, but forget it. There we go. Yeah. Y'all deserve that one. We're at 404 people right now live. Y'all are absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for that, y'all. Rocking with me, man. That means so much to me. But today I reported about the situation with the teaser that we saw at Raw. I know who it is. I continued to tease it, and people just went completely awry with that. I mean, it's just and the funny thing about that, Yeti, is that for so it was interesting because I had one person. I don't search it all. I get notifications and I see stuff, but I don't go and figure it. I'm sure other people said things about me. It is what it is. But I saw one person say something just wild, like I forgot, like something about religious. Me trying to talk about I'm a religious something freak or something like that, and I'm homophobic. Look, y'all, Bomb Squad. I'm gonna start calling us the Bomb Squad because Feather Bomb is like, kudos to I think Prince, one of my followers on Twitter. He coined that phrase to when I would drop a scoop, he would call it a feather bomb. And I thought that was pretty cool and trendy. And so now everybody does that on my page, which is super dope. So I'll do the feather bomb emoji when I do a scoop. And so from the feather bomb, I'm gonna call us the Bomb Squad. And so I know that my Bomb Squad be rocking with me, and it's just there was another person that I had a couple squad members. I mean, well, I didn't have anything to do with it, but I mean, a few squad members just jumped in, and I thought it was pretty dope. But I mean, just the weirdness that comes so much in the Twitterverse. It's just, I look at it as a psychology doctor, and I'm compelled by it. I really am. I'm compelled by it because I love studying the mind. That's being a reporter and a journalist that I love. It's fun. I like the dopamine kick that comes with that because it's work, but at the same time it's exciting because it's scoops that I'm getting from within WWE, and there's a community that gravitates right to that. So I think it's fun. It's exciting. I mean, y'all enjoy it. I've created in the past 2 weeks. I've created an amazing community. I mean, like y'all are awesome. Yeah, I've created such a amazing pro wrestling community of followers of my work. I've been doing this. I've been a journalist for nearly 15 years. I've written for Fox Sports. I've written for Sports Illustrated. I've written for Bleacher Report. Like I've had my stuff quoted in Complex, a magazine. I've had my stuff. I've written for Digital Spy. Like I've written for many sheets, whatever. But so I have a huge resume. Like I'm where I am right now as a podcaster, getting paid very well because I have a huge resume. I have a stout resume of work when it comes to sports media and sports journalism. But it's crazy that all the work that I've put in, it's one of those like takes 10 years to build an overnight success. I've been at this for a long time. A lot of people saying I came out of nowhere, out of nowhere, out of nowhere. And that's how it feels. Like that's when someone comes as an like overnight success or whatever, like they feel like they come out of nowhere, but they've been putting work in for a long time. Typically, I've been putting work in for nearly 15 years doing this, and and I appreciate y'all rocking with me because y'all are awesome. And it takes time, man. And it's, I've mentored. There's some people on here that I mentor when it comes to media and things like that. And I tell them just take time, just celebrate in phases, celebrate incrementally, review your stuff from 6 months before, a year before. Like my thumbnails, I love my thumbnails now. I'm always seeing look at, if you scroll up my PNP stuff, you'll see how horrible my thumbnails used to be. Like my thumbnails used to be absolutely trash. I listened to my old stuff when I used to be on Blog Talk Radio. Trash, y'all. Just this trash. I mean, it sounded horrible. Just it was horrible, y'all. But you have to celebrate. You have to use those moments to grow. And so yeah, I've been rocking with this for a while, and so a lot of people just speak out of ignorance, man. But again, like I said, as a psychology doctor, I do this stuff for a living. As a therapist and as a psychology professor, like I teach college. I teach. I'm a chair. I'm a department chair of an entire department of a college teaching psychology. I love this stuff. I love psychology. That's the reason why I have a PhD in it. I love it. And so Twitter, through reporting, just shows me more cases of how people react emotionally and how the spectrum is. Now, I see people like there's a tweet that the tweet talked about, and I've never talked to this person. I don't even know who this person is. I have zero affiliation, never saw him, never know anything about him, don't care. But just trying to strike me down, trying to bring me down based on I never had a dialogue with this person. I thought it was hilarious. And so I look at that stuff and I'm like, man, that's the tail end of the spectrum. And then you have other people who are y'all joining in today who follow, who I've seen as followers here on Twitter, who are like legit, y'all, like head on their shoulders. They like wrestling, but they're not like so engrossed in it that their emotional intelligence is just like out the window too. And so I enjoy that, y'all. Like I see it. You can see dialogues where I have with people who are like oppositions. I think it's great. At the end of the day, it's like, hey, let's go. Let's go to blows. But at the end of the day, excuse me. At the end of the day, it should be respect given at the end. I mean, but I was raised as a hood kid and we used to fight. And at the end of the day, I mean, a lot of times the people you fight as a kid becomes your best friends shortly after. That's just how I grew up, man. That's how I was raised. And so, emotional stuff on Twitter, man, that does absolutely nothing to me. I'll sit there and grin, and I'm like, wow, this person is at this end of the spectrum, and I rock with some people I'm seeing over the past few weeks since my Twitter community has substantially grown up. Has substantially increased. I've noticed the people that like, man, all right, y'all cool, man. Y'all cool. I love the support. The support is just absolutely amazing. So, so with that, speaking of support, I'll have more scoops for you. I actually have something I'm going to post either today or tomorrow, depending on this migraine of mine. So stay tuned. I have another scoop. Got tons of scoops for y'all, man. Whoever ready to rock with me and and be a part of the squad, let's go. Let's rock. Let's have some fun, man. We having fun over here, just like I told you before. By the way, y'all, there's 527 people live on this show right now. 528, 529. Like, that's what I'm talking about. That's the support. So y'all are blowing last week's uh record out the window. So every week y'all gotta beat you gotta beat the record. So right now we're at 538. So y'all are amazing, y'all. I really, really appreciate that, man. Let's get through a few more as much as we possibly can. I appreciate y'all rocking with me through battling a migraine. So thank you very much. Should Owens win the title January 6th. He makes Cody accept the match and takes advantage of the injury when we get Owens versus Zayn at Mania for the title. Owens versus Zayn at Mania for the title? Heck no. Heck no. Heck no. Should he win on January 6th? I'm open to that. Because you have the Rumble, you have Saturday Night's main event just a few weeks after that, and then you have the Royal Rumble just like a week after that. So Owens winning the title in one of those events and Cody getting it back, I'm fine with it. I'm totally cool with it. Are the kids ready for Christmas? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Do I know what's going on with Megan Bain? I haven't got any deep intel about that yet. Justin Lopez in the building. Stellar Justin Lopez. When do I see the KO and Cody rematch happening? They got a lot of options with 3 big events coming up. Yeah, I mean, yeah, just like I was saying. I think one of them, again, no scoop. It's just answering your question. I have to be sure to preface that because I don't want to be anything affiliated with just rumors. This is what Dr. Chris said. Nope. I report scoops. I don't report rumors. And so do not, clip something that I said based on the question, based on answering the question. This is not a scoop. So I want to be sure that I have integrity when it comes to reporting, very, very much so. But I can see, I can see this Cody and KO match happening within one of these events. I do know that Cody is at least scheduled to come back at the end of the in a couple weeks at the end of the year in the holiday loop. He's scheduled to be in the holiday loop. So doesn't mean that he comes back to the holiday loop. We shall see. But he's scheduled at least to be in the holiday loop. So we'll see where that goes. Let's see. Let's do a few newbies. You popped in and says almost hilarious. All right, let's see. Let's do a few that I haven't done yet, real quick. We're almost at 600, y'all. We're at 582. So keep sharing. That would be such a great way to sleep my migraine away if we get past 600, y'all. That'll be approaching double of last week, so that'll be awesome. Green Orange, any idea on what's the plans for Gunther next, or what direction a women's title is going for Mania? So Rhea and Liv is the plan for now. As far as Rhea and Liv is the current angle. So that's the current angle right now. So as far as Mania, they're still basically right now is still Rhea and Liv. So and then Gunther, there's not any concrete plans for Gunther right now. So Punk and Gunther is scheduled for the holiday loop in Chicago only. So, and that's supposed to be a cage match. So you have Punk and Seth on January 6th. Oftentimes, it is a Chicago kind of special, I mean, to get the tickets revving up for the Chicago. Could that lead to Punk versus Gunther? Perhaps. I mean, Punk's big thing is to main event WrestleMania. So that would be interesting to see. It's interesting. I think that Rock. I mean, I think that's because right now Rock isn't in the plans still. As from what I've heard, he's still not in the plans as of now. Again, as of now, he's not. But when it comes to Mania, I think Roman and Punk is the marquee match. I think Roman Punk's the marquee match. How does Gunther fit into that? Does he lose the title beforehand? I don't think he should. But I don't think we'll see Punk Gunther at Mania either, though. Do we see that in between Mania? Perhaps. But I think the money match is Gunther, and is Punk and Roman Reigns. Please excuse my brain fog right now. It's unfortunately a symptom of having migraines. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, 601 people tuning into this live. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Tim, for your love. Elvis is under the weather with strep throats. Prayers to you, my man. Can you tell your WWE contacts to please put the title back on the LTC? I don't have the ability. I'm not on the creative staff, so I don't know anyone who does anything with that, and that ain't got nothing to do with me. So I don't have that type of pull. Let's see here what we got. I'm trying to find someone who Rollins in the building. What's up, my man? I forgot to watch the script. You guys finished up already. I wanted to ask Mr. After about certain this, but anyways, who should be the first women's IC champ? Well, I know who the women's IC champ is. Currently slated to be, and so I really couldn't answer that question. Who do I think should be? Who's in it? Who's left? I think Raquel should have been, because that would have been cool to see Raquel being the Intercontinental champ, Liv being the women's champ. So that's should have been. That's who I think should have been. So that's my answer. Dorsino is the attacker. I'm gonna find it out. Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay, yeah, that just gave me an idea. Hold tight on that. Give me a little bit of time on that. Yeah. I know some things about Jade too. So, and a couple more Netflix stuff. So just be on the lookout, y'all. Just be on the lookout on my Twitter. Let's see who hasn't. Michael's in the building. Patron. Tony Storm came back with an interesting amnesia gimmick, thinking it might be a ruse to get revenge on Mariah May. Yeah, I like Tony Storm is money. I think if there's one person I can take out of AEW to say, look, this person, y'all got it right, and y'all are absolutely doing amazing with this one here. Tony Storm. Tony Storm is the all-star of AEW. She's amazing. The timeless gimmick was great. Now there's to make sure that it doesn't get old. Now they're doing an amnesia gimmick. She's saying, she's retiring, but then she comes back as the Rocker. the rocker chick, but that's probably going to lead. I mean, now she's introducing herself to people from the clips that I saw on the socials. I think she is. I think Tony Storm is absolute money. she's fantastic, man. Fantastic. Notorious. If you had the choice, who would choose to be CM Punk WrestleMania opponent? Yeah, right. Reigns. That would be my choice. I think the money is in Punk Roman. You got the favor stuff that's still in there. You got Heyman with Roman. What does the favor mean? How does that integrate with Punk? Do we throw a title in there? I mean, all that stuff is just kind of left for discussion. But I think right now the money, if Rock isn't in the plans, I think you do. I think you do Punk Roman. I think that would be interesting as far as like like marquee names, like two big names that would be able to main event one of the nights. It would just make sense to me if you do Punk Roman. So we'll see where that goes. Who wins the match, Roman or Solo on the 6th? Hold on. Sorry, I had to cough. Oh, I mean, it would make sense if Roman gets the Ulafala back and there's, move on to other feuds. I mean, you think Solo already pinned Roman clean, right? Clean. So, yeah, I mean, it would make sense if Roman got the Ulafala back and moved on to other feuds. All right, Brian, what's up? Thoughts on the new Road to WrestleMania UK tour before Mania and also Northeast tour before that? Toronto gets a Taylor pay-per-view before WrestleMania. It's way different than the standard of past years. That's one of those things that WWE is getting the crowd and getting the backing to support them with their traveling, and I think it's cool. I think at the end of the day, they're a business, man, and so if they're working these things out with these other countries and things like that outside the U.S., and you have the people from the U.S. and outside the countries that want to work with them. I mean, who are we to stop? Who are we to stop WWE making money? I mean, like that's just that would be silly. Do I think, in my personal opinion, I think he'll end up wrestling. I mean, I can only go by what I'm told. I mean, right now he's not in the cards. If he opens up, Moana 2 is doing well, from what I heard. If his schedule opens up, his bread and butter is movies. I mean, he's Hollywood. He has his own production company. Yes, he's on the board of TKO, but wrestling isn't. Wrestling isn't his life. It hasn't been for 20 years, really, from a full-time basis. So, I mean, him missing 41, I mean, he was supposed to be in 39, right? I mean, that's like you said, like when the timing's right, he'll come in. So, and he's not going to come in just to come in. So I can respect that. I mean, he's not going to come in just say, okay, I'm ready now, do something. If they have like two cards, okay, this is without Rock, this is with Rock, and then hey, wonder if something opens up in March. Do you even want to bring him in at that point? If it doesn't make sense as far as the angle's concerned, I mean, there's just so many things that you have to implement when it comes to that, because he doesn't want to mess up his brand and just being thrown into something. Just because, I mean, you don't want to do that. All right, let's see. All right, Joe. I don't see any more Axe Docs. All right, here we go. Tessa Blanchard, Chad is saying, coming back to TNA Wrestling. I mean, it has, it has created a lot of controversy when it comes to Tessa Blanchard. Hey, TNA uh, decided to do what they wanted to do with that. So, I mean, if they feel like Tessa Blanchard is going to create buzz and money, um, critics would say it's at the expense of things that she's done in the past that are not good. Um, but hey, who are we to say? We weren't in the production meetings. We weren't backstage to witness Tessa Blanchard perhaps being a better person and um, and apologizing and calling other people. I don't know. I mean, she may have done that. She may have not. You know what I mean? Like we don't know that. So she could have possibly made things right. When it came to that. So I mean, she did something to cause her to come back. So all right, y'all. Look, thank y'all. I was able to squeeze about 45 minutes in for y'all. And by the way, they said that Tessie Blazer is the female version of Hulk Hogan. Uh, that's that's an interesting take when it comes to Tessa Blanchard. That's for sure. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Let's get. All right, so we are currently at 669, 670 people on here right now. So y'all got a record to thank you, Brian. Y'all blew y'all's record out of the water from last week. Over a double. So 671 is where it peaked at. So thank y'all so much for rocking with me. This was absolutely amazing. Migraine, this is like Jordan, flu game, what I mean? Like Dr. Chris migraine game. Still did it for y'all. Still rock with y'all for 45 minutes. And there y'all go, man. Appreciate y'all so much. And thank y'all. Thank y'all. I cannot thank y'all enough for rocking with me today. 671 people is where we capped off at, where we peaked at. It's currently 671, so we haven't dropped. This has been going up the whole time, and 675 now, actually. So thank y'all so much. I will go ahead and put the final tally of where it peaked because it's more than 675 right now. So I'll put that number on my status on Twitter, and we'll just every week we'll work on beating it. So y'all are amazing, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate that so much. Do me a favor. Go ahead and show your love for the work that I do for y'all and the grind that I do to get y'all some scoops and having migraine game right now. Go over to Twitter as soon as I log off, y'all. Do me a favor. Go over to Twitter. Be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe. So like the video, subscribe, leave a comment. I don't do negative energy, so leave a comment in the comment section because I'm really trying to boost up my Twitter numbers. We rocking over, not Twitter, but YouTube. We rocking over Twitter. Twitter's doing amazing. Facebook's still got a few thousand. I don't really do too much on the Facebook page, although I appreciate your support. But Twitter, if you're on Twitter, follow. But I really want the energy to be concentrated on my YouTube page for the crowds that I get here. Okay, so go over to YouTube, leave a positive comment, and man, look. All right, we almost passed the threshold, so I'm gonna wait for a little bit. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna put that number down for what we were able to peak at, and so wow. All right, so I'm humble, y'all. I'm really humbled that y'all rocking with me and showing so much support with me. This is great. I really appreciate it so much, man. Next week, pray for me that I will be well. Because I got a cool thing with the sibling rivalry thing, and I've got scoops, of course, throughout the week. Be sure to go over to YouTube, y'all. All right, like this video, comment, share. You don't have to really share this video. There's not. I mean, there's a couple of things in here, a couple of nuggets that I talked to y'all. But yeah, if you want to share, that's cool. But be sure to subscribe, y'all. Okay. So I'm really trying to get over 1,000 on my YouTube. I'm really trying to boost my YouTube. I really want to get 1,000 before the end of the year. All right. That's my goal. So I appreciate your help in doing that and helping me with that. All right. Like the video on YouTube, comment, subscribe, and I would really appreciate that. Until next week, I'm going to a little bit of time over at the Patreon right now, patreon.com/ Pancakes and Power Slams, patreon.com/ Pancakes and Power Slams. We're going to do a little bit more time of a Q&A. We bring people on the screen and rock with this. We have what's called an after party. So thank you so much for that. Until next week, enjoy your week of rest and God bless. And always remember, I do it for you. Have a good night, everybody. Check out my Twitter. Go on YouTube, like, comment, share, subscribe. And I'm going to do the final tally of what we got on YouTube. Y'all have a huge record to break because y'all blew it out the water because y'all awesome. Have a good night, everybody. So long. So long.